Have you ever looked at someone's life and thought, why don't I have that? Have you ever felt that everyone around you seems happier, more complete, more blessed? Comparison is a silent poison. It slowly infiltrates, turns blessings into burdens, and steals the peace of those who feed it. Every time we look at another person with envy, we are saying to the universe, what I have is not enough. But what if I told you that the person you envy is also looking at someone else, wishing they were different? And what if the happiness you seek outside is already within you, just waiting to be recognized? This is the story of a crow, an ordinary bird with dark feathers, who lived his entire life believing he was born with less luck than others, and who discovered, almost too late, that the freedom he already possessed was the greatest treasure in the world. The crow lived on the branches of an old tree, in the heart of a vibrant forest. He woke up every day to the sound of the small birds singing, and every day, without exception, he felt the same tightness in his chest. Why is my voice so hoarse? He thought, listening to the blackbirds sing at dawn. Why are my feathers so dark? He muttered, seeing the peacock spread its colorful tail in the distance. The crow was no different from the others. He had strong wings, keen vision, sharp intelligence. But none of that mattered, because all he saw was what he lacked. He envied the parrot for its tropical beauty. He envied the eagle for its strength. He envied the nightingale for its melodious song. He even envied the sparrow, small and simple, but always surrounded by other sparrows. I am insignificant, he told himself. No one admires me. No one wants me around. And so, day after day, the crow lived unhappily, not because his life was bad, but because he believed that everyone else had something better. The forest around him was a spectacle of life. Butterflies danced among the flowers. Squirrels ran up the trunks. The river sang its eternal melody. But the crow saw none of this. His eyes were always fixed on what others had and he did not. He was always measuring, comparing, envying, and with every comparison, his sadness grew like a shadow that swallowed all the light. One day, as the crow watched the other birds from his lonely branch, a different question sprouted in his mind. Who is the happiest bird in the world? He imagined that if he found the bird, he could learn its secret. He could, finally, know how to escape the sadness he carried. There must be someone, he thought, someone who was born lucky enough to be truly happy. And then he made a decision. I will look for him. I will fly all over the forest until I find the happiest bird. And when I find him, I will ask, how did you do it? What is your secret? It was the first time in a long time that the crow felt something other than envy. He felt purpose, hope, a flicker that perhaps happiness was something he could learn. The crow took flight the following dawn, determined, his wings cut through the cool morning air. He crossed valleys covered in mist, flew over rivers that shone like liquid silver, past golden fields where wheat danced in the wind, and silent mountains that touched the clouds. The journey was long, but he did not feel tired for the first time. He had a goal greater than his own sadness. Along the way, he met many birds, swallows that drew circles in the sky, hummingbirds that floated like living jewels, seagulls that plunged into the waves. But none seemed to be what he was looking for. Everyone seemed too busy, too worried, too ordinary, until, in a flowery garden, he spotted a parrot with radiant plumage, red as fire, green as an emerald, blue as the midday sky, an explosion of colors under the sun. Certainly, the crow thought, this must be the happiest bird in the world. The crow landed next to the parrot and said, you are beautiful. Your colors are breathtaking. People must admire you all day long. You must be the happiest bird in the world. The parrot looked at him with surprise, and then, with a deep sadness in its eyes, it replied, happy me? You are mistaken, my friend. But how? Asked the crow, confused. You have everything, beauty, admiration. The parrot lowered its head. Precisely because of that, I was never free. Since birth, I have been imprisoned. People put me in golden cages. They displayed me at parties. They sold me in markets. I have never truly known the open sky. I never chose where to fly. I never decided when to sing or when to be silent. The parrot looked towards the horizon, where the sky stretched infinitely. Do you see these colors? They are my prison, because people want me not for who I am, but for what I look like. They don't care if I'm sad or happy. They just want to show me off, exhibit me, possess me. He turned to the crow. I envy you, crow. You come and go as you please. No one locks you up. You have something I will never have, freedom. The freedom to be yourself, to make your own choices, to live your own life. The crow was silent. The parrot's words echoed in his mind like distant bells. But I thought you were happy. No one is happy when they cannot be who they truly are. The parrot said, no one is happy living for the eyes of others. The crow felt something strange in his chest. It wasn't pity, it was confusion. It was the first crack in the certainty he had always carried that others always had better lives. He said goodbye and flew again, now slower, more thoughtful. Hours later, he spotted a majestic eagle on the top of a mountain. She was powerful. Her eyes could see for miles. Her talons were sharp as blades. Surely, the crow thought, this is the happiest bird. He flew up to the peak and said, Eagle, you are strong. You are feared and respected. You must be the happiest bird in the world. The eagle turned her head slowly and sighed. Happy? No, crow. I am tired. But you are the queen of the skies, and because of that, I can never rest, the eagle said. Everyone sees me as a predator. No one approaches me. I am always alone, always alert, always hunting, always proving that I deserve to be here. The eagle looked at the crow. You can fly among the others without them fleeing. You can land wherever you want without causing terror. You can be common without that being a weakness. I envy your lightness, crow. Your freedom to be simple, not to carry the weight of expectations. You don't know how lonely it is at the top, how cold the wind is here, how heavy the crown is that everyone thinks I wear with pride. Once again, the crow was speechless. He thanked her and descended the mountain. He continued until he reached a serene lake where a white swan glided gracefully. Every movement was poetry. The light reflected on its feathers as if it were made of snow and light. Now this is it, the crow thought. The swan is perfect. It must be happy. The crow landed on the bank and said, Swan, you are elegant, pure, admired by all. You must be the happiest bird in the world. The swan stopped swimming. It looked at the crow with sad eyes. You think I'm happy because I'm beautiful. Yes, everyone admires you, and that is my curse. The swan said, people see my beauty, but they don't see my effort. They don't see that beneath the water, my feet paddle tirelessly. Exhausted, always. The swan continued, do you see this calm surface, this elegance? It's a lie, a constant performance. Below the water, I am struggling every second to maintain this illusion of perfection. I cannot let my feathers get dirty. I cannot have an inelegant movement. I cannot have a bad day, because if I lose my beauty, what remains? People only love me for what they see. I envy you, crow. You can be yourself. No one expects perfection from you. No one judges you for not being impeccable. You have the freedom to be authentic. The crow felt a tightness in his chest. He began to realize something profound. Every bird he had met carried its own chains, and each one envied exactly what he had. The crow flew back to his tree. He landed on the same branch, and for the first time, he saw that he could fly freely, without cages. He saw that he could land wherever he wanted, without fear. He saw that no one expected him to be perfect, and that was a gift. He realized he had spent his life wishing to be anyone but himself. I was never unhappy because of a lack of something, he thought. I was unhappy because I never gave thanks for what I already had. That night, he remembered a story. The story of a gardener with a garden of different flowers. One day, the rose said to the lily, how I wish I were white like you. And the lily replied, and I wish I had your vibrant color. The sunflower sighed, I wish I were delicate like you. The gardener smiled. Each of you is perfect as you are. The rose brings passion. The lily brings purity. The sunflower brings light. If all of you were the same, my garden would lose its beauty. The beauty lies in each one being different and being grateful for it. The crow understood completely. The crow never envied another bird again. His feathers were still dark. His voice was still hoarse. But now he knew. That was his identity. He was free. He was light. He was enough. And that was more valuable than any colorful plumage. Comparison steals your peace. It makes you believe that what you have is not enough. But each of us carries invisible blessings. The parrot wanted freedom. The eagle wanted lightness. The swan wanted authenticity. And the crow, he already had all of it. He just needed to recognize it. So tell me, what do you have today that someone else would desire? What freedom do you possess but fail to appreciate? What blessing do you carry but ignore? Happiness is not about being different. It is about being grateful. It is about looking within and recognizing the garden that blooms in you. Stop comparing yourself. Start giving thanks and discover that you, exactly as you are already the happiest bird in the world. If this story touched you, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Every week I bring stories that transform, that make you think and change. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Leave a comment. What blessing do you have today and have never given thanks for? Remember, we have all been the crow, but the courage lies in becoming fully yourself. See you in the next video. Until then, be grateful, be free, be you.